What's up, everybody? It's your boy Melv here for another classic. Well, scratch that. Regular review, and today I'm talking about my thoughts on the latest fantastic anime movie of all time, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, released on Netflix back about last week, back in December of 2022, and oh boy. December 9th, more specifically, and damn. This has to be one of the most best adaptations of Pinocchio because a lot of people talk about this was the year of the Pinocchio. You had the first one was the Russian one, which now it became a meme. Like you know which one? The one dubbed by Pauly Shore from Jersey Shore. Like, Dad, when I'm gonna be in my own. Oh, good grief! Sounds like a whiny teenager to me. But yeah, including Disney's live action version of Pinocchio, which I'll play the review until I saw how it stanked. I avoid not to. There were some things I agree, but that film was rushed. To me, the Disney live action Pinocchio was rushed. Just because, remember, you have this Russian one, and you also have Guillermo del Toro, which, of course, became the new lead, the king. And to tell you the truth, I did this twice, and this movie's 2 hours. Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. 2 hours. Is it worth it? Hell yeah. But before we begin, did you subscribe? Did you hit the bell? If so, you want to see the actual what Pinocchio actually is? Not the Disney one. We're going to talk about the one who's, well, he's not like in the book, but I'll explain it on the way. So let's go. So yeah, Pinocchio, or Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, which is now known as to many, is a stop motion animated musical fantasy film. Which we have to agree, the stop motion. Chef's kiss right there. Was directed by Guillermo del Toro and Mark Gustafson, his feature directorial debut, which awesome. It was screened by del Toro and Patrick Hill from a story by del Toro and Matthew Robbins, based on Chris Grimley's design from his 2002 edition of the 1883 Italian novel The Adventures of Pinocchio by Carlo Collodi. It reimagines the story in 1930s fascist Italy. Like, that makes sense because, hey, most of get Pinocchio during the 1800s, but we're going during the war in all places. As a story of love and disobedience, as Pinocchio struggles to live up to his father's expectations, learning the true meaning of life. Which, damn. It's kind of different because he didn't mean to. He can be rude sometimes, but he doesn't mean to. In the book, he's a fucking shithead. Literally, he literally kills Sebastian or Jiminy. I don't want to name the cricket in the book was. He literally kills him on the spot, and then he commits suicide. Which I don't know how that works. He's a puppet. He just hangs there, still alive. Damn, that's dark. Of course, we know the whole story. It turns out this movie was in production hell, which started all the way back in 2008, which was supposed to be originally scheduled around 2013-14, but like I said, development hell. Damn. After the blessing of Netflix finally bought it and made the dream come true, Pinocchio premiered in the BFI London Film Festival on October 15th, 2022. It was released in select cinemas on November 9th, the same year, before it began streaming Netflix on December 9th of this year, which the film received critical acclaim and earned 3 nominations at the 80th Golden Globe Awards, including Best Animated Feature Film. Eat your heart out of that, Disney. You rushed the film. You got you got burned by the man himself. Besides, I like the film actually. I think like twice, and this is a 2-hour film. And tomorrow I'm going to see Avatar, but no, I'm not going to do a review of Avatar because that is 3 hours and so many details. I can tell you what. But yeah. Let me tell you, okay, let's talk about the voice casting because this has to be interesting. Which of course, Gregory, we have Gregory Mann as Pinocchio, and also as Carlo, Geppetto's son, who was killed during a bombing raid during the First World War. Yes, they call it the Great War because remember, they don't know it's going to be a Second World War. We have Ewan McGregor as Sebastian J. Cricket. We have David Bradley as Master Geppetto. Christopher Waltz as Count Volapip. Which he's a combination of the fox and Magiafuoco. Who's the fox? And Stromboli. Ain't that weird? I know one to hate. We had Tilda Swinton as the wood sprite, who's the one who gave Pinocchio life. He also plays the wood sprite, Deaf, and Jacob the sheep. We have Ron Perlman as Podesta, Kennewick's father, who's a fascist government official. Which, yeah, he's like the Italian Gestapo. He also does the coachman as well. He's the film's counterpart of the coachman from the original story. Remember in the original story, the coachman takes him to Pleasure Island? Him? Oh no, you're going to boot camp. You're going to serve the fascist dictator's army in the war. There'll be no fun. They turn your boy to men. I got lucky they didn't do it with the Nazis. I mean, this would be weird, but choose fascist Italy, that's a good choice. We also have Finn Wolfhard as Kennewick, Podesta's son, who bullies Pinocchio before befriending him. We also have Kate Blanchett as Pasatura, Count Volpe's mistreated monkey assistant. His name means trash or garbage in Italian, and he is the film's counterpart of the cat. Yeah, remember, Volpe is the fox, the monkey is the cat. Now you get it? Damn. But yeah. And also he only Spazzatura can only speak through the puppets when he operates. Yeah. We also have Bern Gorman as the priest. And also Geppetto's former client. We have John Turturro as Dottore, the doctor in the village. Tim Blake Nilsson as the Black Rabbit, a flock, which is in the story, and you won't believe this. Who's also this? We have Tom Kenny. Oh yes, I talked about Tom Kenny when he did the narrating for Conan Gets Next Door Operation Naughty. Guess who he's voicing? The dictator himself, Benito Mussolini. He also does the voice of his right-hand man, and a sea captain with a hook for a hand and a peg leg who tells a bit about the dogfish, Monstro, who just abandoned him right in the spot by jumping off the boat. You're on your own, old fart. Enjoy being the fish food. The one thing that made me laugh is when Benito Mussolini arrives at the show, he says, "I like the puppets." Why did that make him so short? What's his actual height? They made him the same height as Napoleon's character style. You know, he's Napoleon the short guy. Now they made Mussolini a short guy. Damn. You have Aaron McGregor. I think he's. Wait, was he an Obi-Wan? Let me see. That's like confusing. Let me see. Uh huh. Oh yeah, he was. Okay. Sorry about that. I used to get blanked. But yeah, why? From all okay, why do you hate Tom Kenny as Mussolini? That's a weird one. But hey, he only has a small cameo, of course. As for the production development, oh boy, let's go back all the way back in 2008. Shit. When Guillermo del Toro announced his next project, a darker adaptation of the Italian novel The Adventures of Pinocchio, was in development, he called Pinocchio his passion project because he loved the story to death. He loved it. The art form has influenced my life and my work more than animation, and no single character in history has had a deep of a personal connection to me as Pinocchio. I've always wanted to make this movie for as long as I can remember. When I was a child, the Toro saw, unlike the classic 1940s version Disney's Pinocchio, which was the Spanish version when he in Guadalajara, Mexico, where he was living as a boy. Yes, when you're Puerto Rican, it's hard to pronounce these words. Guadalajara. There. Well, particularly because he felt like a horror movie. Well, no shit. If you heard the scene in the original Disney version, you see the nightmare transformation of a donkey. Oh yes, you act like a little shit. You're becoming an ass yourself. Literally. There you go. Which it was only a few times since his teens. He had longed to make his own version of the story. In 2003, he discovered Chris Grimley's illustration for the 2002 edition of Collodi's book, portraying Pinocchio as a puppet with a long, pointy nose, spindly limbs, with gestures that Del Toro felt captured the energy of an unruly but otherwise good-hearted child. He concluded Grimley's illustrations reflect the setting he had in mind for his own more somber version of Collodi's tale. I agree. Because if you remember the Disney one, I'm talking about the one from 1940. Dude, if you read the original book, Pinocchio was a dick. I mean, literally. He's a troublemaker. And he doesn't do it like by accident. He just do it like a shithead, like a brat. He killed Jiminy right there. He just like after he drove him because he pissed him off. You ever seen that from the Halloween special of Shrek, where the scene where you have the parody of The Exorcist and Pinocchio popped out a crick out of his ear? Yeah, like that. He just stepped on a. That's it. And his ghost keeps on him, I think. Damn. And here in the movie, they do this, but Sebastian doesn't die. It's a gag, a running gag. I think he's smashing him, bucks, stepping on him, and yet he's still alive. Damn. I said it was dark, but at least he can take a punch, that's for sure. Damn. But anywho, back in February of 2011, it was announced that Grimley and Marks Gustafsson would co-direct the stop-motion animated Pinocchio film written by Del Toro and his longtime collaborator Matthew Robbins, and that it would visually based on Grimley's design. Del Toro would produce the film along with the Jim Henson Company and Pathé. Grimley devised Pinocchio's look for the film, depicting him as an unfinished wood, though Grimley was initially set to direct the film. On May of 2012, Del Toro took as a director in February of 2012. He released some concept of art of Pinocchio, Geppetto, the Talking Cricket, Mangiafuoco, and the Fox and the Cat on July of 2012. It was announced that the film would be produced and animated by Shadow Machine. It was originally scheduled to be released in 2013 or 14, but went through development hell with no further information forthcoming about it for years. No wonder. Look at Popeye. The one. Guess what we got? The Emoji Movie. And this was directed by Tarkovsky. Tarkovsky's been Popeye, and that animation test. And I think like couple months during the summer, elite, full, unfinished film version of Tarkovsky's Popeye was released on YouTube. But Sony immediately got taken down quickly. And this is the full, complete, unfinished animated version of the film. Which, damn, they actually finished the recording and everything. It's missing the animation, that's what. And like, fuck. Damn. I would love to see that, because how long since we haven't seen a Popeye movie? We've seen Looney Tunes, but hey, look how they end up. Now we got Pinocchio. Maybe next year will be the year of the Popeye. And I hope they don't butcher it. Damn. Imagine, I don't know who has, I don't know if Paramount still has the rights to Popeye. I think they do, since they, the one who's going to start with Illumination. Yeah. Instead of Popeye, they put emojis. What the fuck? And we saw the result. Shit. Literally, the emoji shit. But yeah. Back in January of 2017, Over the Garden Wall creator Patrick McHale was announced to co-write the script with Del Toro on August 31st of the same year. Sorry. He told IndieWire at the 74th Venice International Film Festival that, oh boy, that the film would need a budget increase of $35 million or it will be canceled, because like you see in the movie, oh boy, the animation is but stop motion, damn. And that was the big problem. Back in November of 2017, he reported that the project was not happening because no studios were willing to finance it. At one point, Matthew Robbins considering making a 2D animated version of the film with French artist Jean Sarre to bring the cost down. But Del Toro decided it had to be stop motion, even if the higher budget made it harder to get it greenlit. In October 2018, it was announced that the film would have been revived by Netflix acquiring it. Pathé no longer involved. Boo-hoo. The antagonist Count Volpe is a combination of Magiafuoco and the fox from the original story. Magiafuoco was originally supposed to appear in the movie as a antagonist, but he was removed halfway through the production as Del Toro disliked the character and thought he was a cliché. The model was eventually used as a background character for the circus. The cat was shown in the concept art. It's also absent while the land of toys was replaced with an Italian kid training camp. Yeah. No Toyland. Military camp. Ha! And also the writing, because he did the writing. He was intrigued by the similarities between Carlo Collodi's Adventure of Pinocchio and Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Both stories tell how a child is thrown into a real world and has brought to life by a father who expects them to figure out by themselves essentials values such as the difference between good and bad, morals, ethics, love, life. In other words, the idea that makes people human. Seeing that the Del Toro film reminded him of his childhood. Frankenstein comparisons partly inspired Del Toro's to give his Pinocchio take on the gothic direction, but the film was always created to be family-friendly so he could connect across generations and bring them a sense of compassion. A lesson Del Toro feels that is necessary for kids who are demanded tremendous complexity nowadays. Which I agree. I think this current generation, I meant the kids of these generations think they're so entitled. Back in the day, we had to work hard. Me, I'm from the 90s, and I'm a graphic designer, and I'm studying for my master's. Hey, it keeps me occupied. I work, make my living. Kids these days think it's easy. I think I saw this video of this teen he complained because he had to work hard at McDonald's for like 4 hours, like for washing dishes. Like, you are the most softy, stupid idiot ever. Washing dishes? Hey, what are you doing at home, man? What, you waiting for someone to wipe your ass? Good grief. Get a life. The snowflakes, that's what we call them. Or in Spanish, los generación cristal. The snowflake generation because they're too sensitive, too weak, too PC. If you know the term, go watch South Park. You'll know which character has the name PC. There's a bunch of damn memes about that one. But yeah. Let's talk about another one. Another change was the character of Sebastian J. Cricket, the talking cricket, who egotistically annoys Pinocchio with self-importance in an attempt to be his conscience. But Pinocchio eventually makes him realize that he actually has learn to behave himself and discover love and humanity. Akin to the original book, the cricket gets killed across the film, but comes back anyway to fulfill his character arc. Along with Pinocchio and Sebastian, the wood sprite is one of the three magical creatures in the story, as Del Toro did wish for a magical creature to appear in his film. Not wishing for a character such as the fox and the cat, or a donkey transforming line of toys. Oh, they won't keep the donkey one? Damn. I wonder how that will look in stop motion. That'll be creepy. Well, we just see Wallace turn into a rare rabbit in the movie Curse of the Were Rabbit, so... But this is different stop motion. That's claymation to furry. This is, like, darker. I want to know about that. But anywho, desiring more realism closer to real life, for the film's villain, Del Toro created the character Count Volpe as a homage and amalgamation of the fox and the cat and Machiafuku, as well, while the donkey transforming subplot. The coachman is replaced by the Podesta, a fascist official who wishes to recruit Pinocchio into Italy's armed forces to fight against their enemies. And sure, a soldier like him cannot be killed. Kennewick's characterization also changed into that of a bully who eventually redeems himself. In other words, he went from a shitty asshole brat who turned to a donkey to a bully who befriends Pinocchio during a bombing raid on the camp. Wow. How war ends, huh? Instead of a fairy tale like most versions of the story have known, the film takes place in fascist Italy around the 1930s between the First and Second World War, during the rise of Italian fascism and Benito Mussolini's authority in Italy. Hence, Pinocchio comes to life in a political environment where citizens behave like obedient puppets by Pinocchio, but doesn't imitate everyone. Which they feared anything different. This change of setting was conceived by Del Toro due to finding it alluring. Though many of Pinocchio's experiences have come across Mussolini himself or even the deaf, Pinocchio is able to find his own mortality, soul, and humanity in another deviation from Pinocchio's versions, feeling the original book sought the domestication of a child's soul in a way that the donor perceives a blind soul. But yeah. Of course, this is a lot more difficult, because remember, This is in third. This is in fashion Italy, so this ain't during around the time of the 1800s, like the end of the 1800s. This is a different story, I tell you what. It actually works good in this one. But remember, Pinocchio is different. He ain't painted. You still he sees he's still a block of a walking, talking wood. Except he wants to learn more, but Geppetto keeps rejecting him because he's so upset. Making Geppetto more like a dickhole dad. But rarely, because remember, he's coping the loss of his son and made Pinocchio from during that drunken rage. And that is weird. Kind of interesting. Well, of course, look at Pinocchio. He been carved while he was drunk. No shit. But yeah. I was saying, Totoro identifies Pinocchio's virtue to be an act of disobeying, assuming that while the book seems to favor the kids should obey their parents and be good. His belief His belief focuses more on discovering yourself and deciding what commandments given to you are acceptable or not. In the Totoro's words, the film consists on numerous variations of a father and son relationship, such as Geppetto initially refusing to accept Pinocchio as Carlo's replacement, feeling a bit of blame for creating the freakish monster the town hates. A common Pinocchio plot point in most cinematic versions of the story have Pinocchio becoming a real boy at the end, but Totoro's Pinocchio counters the subplot due to essential feelings that someone just needs to behave as a human and to be treated as one. Never actually believing that Pinocchio will gain his father's love by becoming flesh and blood boy. Which, if you see them in the movie, when Pinocchio was brought back to life by Sebastian's wish, Pinocchio is immortal. That means he can never die. That means he'll watch the people he loves come and gone to the grave. And that actually happened. First with Geppetto, then Spazuzu, the monkey, and then Sebastian. All of them dead. And Pinocchio by himself, but decides to have an adventure on his own. He sets sail to places unknown for an adventure. Which is damn. It's got a sad but a great ending. The filming comments that I didn't know this. The filming was actually filmed in Guadalajara, Mexico, and Portland, Oregon. Back in January 30th of 2020, the afterlife sequence and the end credits scene were animated. Sorry. I just almost fell asleep there. Sorry. I was saying the special effects for this was, oh my god. It was gorgeous. How many stop motion films we had this year? I think back in October we had Wild and Wild by Henry Selick, and that was good. Now we have Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. It's like good after great after great, then amazing. Waha. Damn. I know it's the year of the Pinocchio, but it has to be the year of the rebirth of stop motion. You got Henry Selick's Wind and Wild that was released on Netflix later back in Halloween. Now you have Guillermo del Toro's. Damn. If I remember, in 2024, Artemis is going to release their new film of Wall of the Grumps, so hey, we got another one on the run right there. Damn. This will be interesting. I'm always loved stop motion. It's like you're making something with your own hands. Yeah, you need digital for the backgrounds to look more realistic. But still, crazy on your hands and moving the expression from the puppets, damn. And yeah, I'm the type of guy who will love... What the... Sorry. I was daydreaming. As for the visual effects, the film production quality was formed through the ornate detail of the set and characters with their own textures in order to reinterpret Collodi's work in a way that differed from Disney's animated version. Del Toro told Vanity Fair, "I have been very vocal about my admiration and my great love for Disney all my life, but that is an impulse that actually makes me move away from that version. I think it is a pinnacle of Disney's animation. It's done in a most beautiful way, hand-drawn 2D animation. He saw as beautiful the idea of using puppets to create a movie about puppets while pursuing the boundaries of stop motion as much as possible to create a heartfelt movie any audience could watch. The movie picture company worked on the visual effects with Bot VFX and Miss VFX." And I agree, because if you look at Disney's original Pinocchio, I think the best one was the waves. If you've seen the waves of Pinocchio, damn, because the waves are way beautifully detailed, including the way they make when Pinocchio's underwater, the effects for the water. Man, you can't replace those anymore. You can digitize it, but hand drawn, damn, that was true commitment right there. And that's why I do agree with Guillermo Toro's mindset when it comes to this film, including the Disney original version. That I will agree. As for the music, because there was a lot of popular music that was released. On January 8th of 2020, Alexander Desplat started composing the film's score and original songs. It is a Desplat and Del Toro's second collaboration after The Shape of Water by Robert Katz, who was the lyricist. In August of 2012, Nick Cave was attached to compose the score, but was replaced by Desplat 8 years later. When it was released in November 2018, and this is back in 2018, Netflix set the film release for 2021. In January 2022, Netflix CEO Ted Sarandos revealed that the film could be moved to 2022 or later, with Netflix's notion of releasing 6 anime films a year. In December 2021, the Toro stated it will release in the last quarter of 2022, which is now. In January and July 2022, with the release of the film's scrap prologue, it was announced for December of this year. Pinocchio premiered at the FBLRI London Film Festival on October 15th of this year, and debuted in the United States in 2022 AFI Fest on November of 2022. It was released selected cinemas of November 9th of this year. Oops, sorry. Dozed off. That's all it's saying. It made its theatrical schedule shown in the film on November 11th of this year at the TIFF Bell Lighthouse in Toronto, Ontario. As for the critical response, hey, do it once, do it twice. Chef's kiss. It ranked 97 in the Rotten Tomatoes score. Reviews are positive, with an average rating of 8.3/10. The website consistently reads, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio delivers fully on its title, which is to its visually stunning adaptation that embraces its source material darkness. Metacritic, which uses the weighted average, assigned the film score 79 out of 100, based on 747 critics, and they generate favorable reviews. Now for the awards, it was nominated for the Hollywood Music and Media Awards. It was nominated. It actually won 2 awards and nominated by 1, which was Music Theme, Biopic, or Musical. and won 2 Best Original Score in an Animated Film and Best Original Song in an Animated Film, which both were for Alexander Desplat. Including Best was Alexander Desplat, Rowan Cast, and Guillermo del Toro, a song called Cielo Papa. Let's see. Cielo Papa, Cielo Papa, it's time to say farewell. Damn. You see that in the original. Unless you want the merengue like the live action. Hoo boy. They had the Los Angeles Film Critics Association Award. It won 2 for Best Animated Film and Best Animated Feature. And I think during the Washington, D.C. era Film Critics Association, it was only nominated for 5 awards. But in Chicago Film Critics Associates Award, it only won 1 for Best Animated Film. And nominated by 2, which is 3 nominations, but 1 won. Now we're in for, and it's still going because I already did my research on the whole list, and still waiting for the results for the St. Louis Gateway Film Critics Association Award, the Florida Film Critics Circle, the Golden Globe Award, the Critics' Choice Award, Satellite Award, Hollywood Critic Association Award. Those are still pending. And that will not be ready until, okay, the first one will be from December 18th, then another one on December 22nd, and then the ones that are for next year for the Golden Globe on January 10th, another one for January 15th, another one for February the 11th, and another for February 24th for next year. And yet, this film is still going and going and going. And I'll tell you the truth, I consider this the best adaptation of Pinocchio. The way they done this film, I think it shows that they just gave him the middle finger to the Mouse House after they botched their version of Pinocchio because they just want to rush it and trying to beat them. Nope. As for the other film, the meme, of course, which oh boy. I think this year was the year to Pinocchio. You have the good, which was Guillermo del Toro's, the bad, which was the Disney live action remake, and I called the ugly Meme Lord, which that film became a meme zone like the oh boy. But yeah, that was Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. Did you see it? Did you love it? Tell me all about it on the comments down below. What was your favorite scene? What was your favorite song? And yeah, this took a long time in development hell. And we finally get to see the masterpiece from the mind of Guillermo del Toro. I wish him best of luck. I hope this film might win an Oscar. That would be pretty awesome if it did. Because this film deserves a higher reward than the rest. And the positive reviews it's getting, damn. It deserves more. But yeah, that'll be it for today. I'll be leaving. Sorry. Fell asleep. Just had a burger for dinner, so yeah. Sorry. Makes me sleepy. But I was saying, let me know what you think about the movie. Did you love it? Did you enjoy it? How many times you seen it? Me? It's a 2-hour film, so you can watch it anytime you want. And we're in the holidays, so you can watch it as many times you want until New Year's. But yeah, I recommend this film. It's amazing. It's a great adaptation to the dark classic of Carlo Collodi's famed novel. But yeah, let me know what you think. And remember to subscribe, hit the bell, like this video, and also see you tomorrow. Peace. But yeah, sorry. Dozed off again. But until then, if you're new to the channel, say it once, say it twice, start talking the charm. Subscribe, hit the bell so you won't miss any of our great content. Like this video, comment down below, and I'll see you next week. Peace out. And behave yourselves. You don't want to be like Pinocchio. Yeah.